In a peaceful meadow, under a blanket of rich soil, two tiny seeds lay side by side. Above them, the sun shone brightly, and the breeze carried the promise of spring. As they rested beneath the earth, both seeds could sense the world waking up. The birds were returning, the rivers were flowing, and the flowers were starting to bloom. They both dreamed of growing tall and strong, but each seed had a different conversation with itself. The first seed was filled with excitement. It thought, "The world above is calling me. I want to grow roots deep into the earth, break through the soil, and feel the sun on my leaves." Yes, it might be difficult. The soil may be hard to push through. The wind might be strong, but how will I ever grow if I don't try? With that determination, the first seed gathered its courage. It pushed tiny roots down into the earth, anchoring itself. Then, little by little, it split open its shell and stretched upward, feeling the resistance of the soil, but never giving up. Days later, it finally broke through the surface. For the first time, the seed felt the warm touch of the sun, and the fresh breeze brushing its small, tender leaves. It shivered in the wind, but stood tall, feeling stronger with each passing day. Rain came, storms rolled by, and insects tried to nibble its leaves, but the young plant stood firm, growing taller and stronger after every challenge. The second seed, however, was different. It lay hidden in the soil and trembled with doubt. What if it's too cold up there? It worried. What if my roots can't push through the earth? Or what if I'm too weak to face the wind? What if an animal eats me the moment I sprout? It's safer here, buried and unseen. So, the second seed remained still. It refused to send roots into the soil or reach for the sun. Days turned into weeks, and the world above continued to bloom and thrive. Birds chirped in the tall trees, animals found shelter under growing plants, and flowers painted the meadow in vibrant colors. The second seed stayed hidden, frozen by fear. Seasons passed, and without growth, the seed slowly withered away in the soil, never fulfilling its potential, never feeling the warmth of the sun or the coolness of the wind. Years later, the first seed had become a towering tree. Its branches stretched wide, providing shelter for birds and animals, and its roots had created a firm foundation beneath the earth. People admired its strength and beauty, but what they didn't see was the courage it took to push through the soil and face the unknown. The tree stood tall, not just because it had grown but because it had dared to try. Moral of the story: growth requires risk and courage. Those who stay buried in fear will never reach their true potential, but those who step forward despite the uncertainty will find the sun.